this would be hard to regulate. But let me say this, that this hearing has been good for me because I have seen what an unregulated industry can do, in the fact at the enormous growth that, because government has not put its little tentacles in there, it's grown at an enormous fast rate and been beneficial to many small businesses. And according to what Mr. Lentz said, and I had written down the same thing, there's going to be another Google come along. If we go into the market right now and start regulating, what we may ensure is that Google remains the largest search engine out there, because we will, Mr. Chairman, I think what we will do is keep other people from getting in it. And so when you start regulating, the ones that are at the top of the class right now will automatically remain top of the class. And so I think we're really, in all due respect to my friend, I think we're an answer looking for a problem. And right now, I just haven't seen it. I haven't, and I'm sure if anybody knows, Mr. Rothenberg does, because of the difference of his membership and his organization. But I see some happy campers out there that have gone into business, learned more and more about their business, and because it is an unregulated thing, are able to do creative things to expand their business and use their own ingenuity to make things better, not just for them, but for our whole economy and all of us as a whole. So I think it would be beneficial for us right now to leave the industry as it is and hope that they just continue to make more and more and more money so they can pay more and more taxes and give us the ability to do what we do best, and that's expand government. So, again, I thank you, and I really don't have any questions, just those comments, and thanks for the time.
Can I make a comment?
Mr. Snell.
My understanding of the Yahoo Google deal and all this is above my pay grade. I don't understand all this merger and acquisition stuff, but it's kind of like it's an inventory situation where, if I understand things correctly, like when I do a search on Yahoo, Yahoo's going to check their own search marketing engine, Panama, to see if there are ads and display those ads, but Yahoo will also be able to choose to display Google's inventory as well. And I got a good analogy for me anyway. It's like if I went to Target and I needed a t-shirt, it's like I'm going to need a double extra large tall, okay? And if Target doesn't have my size, I sure hope that Walmart or the Gap or somebody else is going to be right there in the store. It'd be so awesome that they could go, here you go, here's your t-shirt. And I think that's what the situation is. It's not a merger. It's like they're not taking over their search engine. They're not, I think it's just a partnership on the advertising. But like I said, it's above my pay grade. So I may not understand that correctly. The main reason that I'm interested in it is that with some of my retailers, with paid search, there's not enough inventory for me to buy. I have keywords, and there are only 3,000 clicks a month on this keyword, one specific keyword, which I'm not going to say what it is. I want 10,000 clicks. And so I'm on Yahoo, I'm on MSN, but sometimes one really specific on the long tail, like, orange dog collars is a good example of a pretty specific keyword. It's not that competitive. Anybody in this room could rank for it if they created a little bit of content. But what happens is when you go to Yahoo and you do a search, sometimes the ads just don't show up. So I see it as being a good thing from an inventory perspective because, how many $5 bills would you buy for $3? All of them.
Right, exactly.
And there's a limited number that I can buy from my retailers when I'm sending them traffic. And that's what the Yahoo Google deal is to me. The other thing I wanted to say about it's a lot easier to to switch to a different website than it is to change your operating system. And I think that's what Tim was saying.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, I've switched from PC to a Macintosh, and whew, it's tough. But man, I'll switch from Google to whoever the best search engine is. And we're talking about new innovators in the space. Search, okay, Google has search locked up. They're great. But they've been doing search for, what, 10 years now? If you look in the social space, I mean, Google had Orkut, Yahoo had Yahoo Groups and 360, and these startups came up. MySpace came up. MySpace was the hot thing. Now Facebook is the hot thing. In video, Google had Google Video. They had to buy YouTube because YouTube came out of nowhere. 18 months or 24 months ago, they didn't exist. Google had to buy YouTube because they did such a better job at video than Google did. These big companies are going to have to innovate or acquire. And so I'm not worried about, oh no, Google's going to there'll be something totally different. There's going to be a paradigm shift coming that none of us see coming. Maybe somebody watching this has an idea what's going on, but it's going to totally change the game, and it scares the hell out of me because it's like I got to stay on top of this stuff all the time.
No. And to a certain degree, I'm going to agree with you. However, the fact that this is more technology-based and such, I don't think really escapes the whole industry or denies the industry the scrutiny that we would give regardless of the enterprise. And I've been trying to make that point since the Microsoft lawsuit years ago. I think those principles have served us well. And I know that where we are today, and there isn't a problem. The issue is you may reach a point where there is a problem, but you just don't have the competition or the players to do anything about remedying the problem, meaning competition. I'm not for regulation at this point. I think we do have to view each and every one of these, if you want to call it a merger or partnership or whatever, and the impact on, again, on the consumer, on competition, and whether you have, antitrust and monopoly concerns and such. By the same token, I mean, we have certain individuals that would like to apply a different standard maybe to another aspect of the Internet. And I've been saying all along, we don't need a regulatory scheme in law, legislatively enacted. If you don't have a problem, let's say now with the 5 principles of net neutrality, and I'm saying don't legislate. And I say the same thing here when it comes, whether it's search engine and advertising and so, unless you have a real serious problem that's identifiable and that we want to correct. There is one thing that I wanted to point out. Mr. Carter was saying about everything being free, and it just can't be free because, you have to support your business enterprise. Advertising dollars represent that stream of revenue that allow the consumers to have all of these, quote, free services. Now, the consumers, I don't believe, understand that, and we're going to start running into issues of privacy and such. But we'll leave privacy aside right now, and we'll talk about the article that appeared in today's Washington Post in which the Bureau here is quoted. And that was where we have an individual in New York, I believe, in his basement. He wouldn't give his name. Or
Ray.
Is that it? Just Ray? Ray the Blocker or whatever it is, who's devised basically an application that would block all advertising. And I was speaking with staff earlier in energy and commerce. I'm on the subcommittee on telecommunications, and we had the wonderful inventor, and I'm just such a great fan of this individual, of TiVo. And so, of course, we had individuals saying, yeah, but you're driving advertising dollars away because you can basically fast forward them away, And so then we had actors come and say, look, you're getting advertisers into our art form. They're placing Coca-Cola cans in different scenes and everything else. And then this particular actor, I want to share this with you. I wish I had taped it. It was so wonderful. He says, can you imagine Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall at that last scene when the airplane's revving up its engines and he's saying, you're getting on this United flight at a reduced rate today. I hope you have a return, and I know you're staying at, Casablanca Inn. I'll miss you very much, and let's have one more Royal Scotch or whatever it is. And so, yeah, he made his point. But the whole thing is that I think we have to recognize that advertising revenue is the way that businesses are able to provide many, many services.